scholars.
Why even this one need explanation? I mean, how clear it is.
You
Where
go
the
to
sun
modern
goes,
scholars in that case.
where the sun goes under the throne of Allah. Let me ask you, is the throne of Allah have a size?
That's an image which you have to understand. Look at that image.
Do the throne of Allah.
Look at that image.
Is the throne of Allah is something physical?
Yeah, I understand that. You've been repeating this from the beginning.
Let us go to your understanding today.
You've been repeating this from the beginning. I heard you.
I will go with you.
I heard you from the beginning about this.
Okay.
That image of the throne and the sun going up and down and under or whatever, that is an image which the people from the 7th century could understand as per that explanation. But when you explain it in today's terms, we have gone much more advanced in the world. So our knowledge, our technology has gone much more advanced. So for us, it looks funny.
You are saying Allah at the 7th century, He gave us wrong information and purpose because at that time we were stupid.
Who was explaining it at that time? The scholars. We're talking about the scholars, remember. We're not talking about God. We're talking about the scholars.
No, Allah is the one who explained it, not the scholars. The scholars, they just tell the naive like you what it's meant. That's all.
Yeah. Even if it's God explaining it, then it's God is using the words which the people will understand from that time, 1400 years back.
No problem. I will go with you. So Allah, He used words so we can understand at that time, but the word He used, it became a cartoon. It's stupid. So what the benefit of this? Now
your view.
Anyone
That's
who
your
believe,
view.
No, this is not my view.
That's only your view.
Anyone who believe in this now, he think the sun really goes and prostrate at the throne of Allah and ask for permission. And one day, and remember, this is something will happen in the future, in the day of judgment. The sun will ask for permission to come back, and then Allah will not order it, will not allow it to go back and rise from the east. He will order it to go and rise from the west. How you explain that?
You think God can't do that? You think God can't do that?
See, you are contradicting yourself. So now you are saying this is true.
Peace of Christ be with you guys. Today's video is Christian Prince debate with the Muslim on different topics, and one of them is how the sun goes and prostrate underneath the throne of Allah. So let's go ahead and watch this debate from the beginning. Please subscribe if you haven't, like, and let me know what you think about it in the comment section. So let's dive into it.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Now, again, I'm trying to understand and see, like, you are explaining a lot of stuff.
Okay.
I don't have any offense against you explaining anything, but I'm just trying to tell you that you need to comprehend that what he's explaining from a time which is 1,400 years back, okay, and you're trying to explain the same things now with today's understanding, which is not fair. You see,
no,
you
you see, the problem is
people who are from that century.
No, you see, the problem is you don't understand that we are talking about somebody who he claimed that he got his knowledge from God. So time doesn't count for him. If I receive my knowledge from God, then what difference is going to make if I'm speaking 10,000 years ago or 10 billion years ago? If God is the one who's told me, and God exists before time, so my knowledge have nothing to do with that time and this time. This is the knowledge of God.
That doesn't make a difference. That doesn't make a difference.
No, it makes a huge difference. No, if God, let me ask you, is your God, okay, are you saying your God, are you saying now that your God, he gave wrong explanation?
You said something. Let me explain let me tell you how foolish what you're saying is.
Okay, go ahead.
You're saying that because God said something, it has to be correct like that. Okay? Now, go back to the same example again, which you're saying like God. You're saying God said that, right? Okay, for example, if God had to tell Muhammad at that time that, one day you'll have a mobile in front of you, you can see the other person face to face and talk to him. How do you think Muhammad will explain that to the people?
What does have to do with the mobile now? We are talking about the sun. It is something they can see. The mobile is not something anyone knows. So what does have to do with this? Who is the foolish here? We are talking about the sun. Everybody at that time knew the sun, don't they? They see it every day. So it is not something new. It's not something mysterious. It is the sun, and the sun is disappearing during the sunset. So Muhammad is trying to explain what happened when the sun goes. Where is the sun going? Why we don't see it at night? So when you say to me, well, what if Allah told Muhammad about the mobile? That is very silly. Because first of all, why you want to tell him about the mobile anyway? Secondly, and why Muhammad volunteered to talk about it? He is the one who volunteered to talk about the sun going, and he is the one now he is giving details. So it's not like a guy, somebody asked him, he did not know what to say, he gave his own opinion. As you see that you Muhammadan, you believe that Muhammad, he speak only by inspiration from Allah. Is that correct?
Yeah, you finished?
Is that what you agree? You agree that Muhammad speak only by inspiration from Allah?
You asked me 100 questions and you want me to answer only to the last point?
This is the only question I asked. I did not ask when I said, said, don't you
went
believe?
on about
Don't
the
you
mobile,
believe?
went
No,
on
I
about
was
this,
first. I was explaining.
and now you come to bring me to one topic, which is something else.
I was explaining my answer for you. I did not give you a question. I said to you that Muhammad.
No, but your explanation is not like a conversation. Your explanation is you're telling a story, and then after you come to some other, you arrive at some other point.
It's not me who made the explanation. It's your prophet.
It's immaterial. It's immaterial.
What
whatever
immaterial?
is explained,
okay, you know what?
Whatever he can explain,
I want you to help me.
Explain only in
okay,
a way
I want you
which
to
the
help
people
me.
of that time can understand.
My friend, I want you to help me. When Muhammad, he quote the verse from the Quran, and he tell all this story before he explained the Quran. Chapter 36, verse number 38. I want you, by being the smart person, and obviously one smart like you, explain to me how Muhammad connected the movement of the sun during the sunset, and he is quoting a verse from the Quran saying, and the sun runs into a degree. What do you think?
1 second, I'm just trying to adjust the volume here so that I don't hear myself twice.
Just to mute YouTube. Keep yourself
is YouTube muted now?
My friend, not my YouTube, your YouTube, because so you will not have
to
my
YouTube.
Yeah,
my YouTube. Is it muted now?
I don't hear you.
Is it muted now?
I hear only your voice. Good. For me, your voice is fine. Yeah. So now,
it's okay now?
Let me repeat my question. When Muhammad, he says that this is the explanation, the statement of Allah, interpretation of Allah's statement, and the sun runs its fixed course for a term and decree. How we can connect the word of Allah, which is a Quran, that the sun runs every day in the decree, and this is why Muhammad explained the sunset, how you can make that both match without coming to a very huge, stupid scientific error. Go ahead.
Yes, exactly. Obviously, the people of that time, they understood it. You don't understand it now. I don't understand it now. But the people of that time, they understood it. That's why the religion has spread so much now. The people of that time understood it.
How they understood it?
However they understood it. That's not my problem. That's not your problem. You're trying to pinpoint something else. But at that time, the people did understand it. They followed him.
How your prophet understood it?
However he understood it, however he explained it to the people, it doesn't really matter. But people understood it. People followed him.
So why you are calling me, if it doesn't matter for you, doesn't matter for me, doesn't matter for them, doesn't matter for everybody? Are you from the doesn't matter party in India?
Yes, because you're giving wrong explanation here. That's why.
I'm not explaining. Here we go. It's in front of you. It's your prophet. He says the sun goes. Okay, I want you to help me, my friend. My explanation is wrong. I want you to help me. The sun, he said, the sun goes every day and prostrate under the throne of Allah, and then one day will ask for permission, and Allah will not give it permission, and He will order to go from the west. Go back from the west. Explain that to me. Go ahead.
Okay, very simple. You think God can't do that? You think God can't do that?
So okay, thank you. So you agree that?
No, answer me first. Answer me. Do you think God can't do that?
Which God? Your God? He cannot do anything.
Whichever God. There's only one God. You think God can't do that?
Well, here we go. Your God do not even know where the sun goes.
Answer me. Can God do that or not?
No, He cannot do that. Your God cannot do that. Prove it to me.
Then
Secondly,
He cannot be God.
You see,
if
your God, in order to be able to do
then
that,
He cannot be God. Then
listen.
Right?
In order to do
this
that.
This is your own argument.
Listen.
Your own argument. You say that if God cannot do something, He's not God.
To me,
but then again, you contradict your own self, and you say that God can do only certain things and God cannot do certain things.
I did not say that. I did not say that. I said your God.
There is only one God, CP.
My friend, this
is
your
God.
This is your own
if you
statement.
Don't believe that,
yeah, I believe there's only one God. I believe this is true. I believe this is true. This is true. I agree with you. There's only one God, but this is not Allah. And the proof in front of your eyes. Because when you say to me that Allah, He can do that, He can do that. He can send the sun back from the west, but the sun doesn't go anywhere.
That is your view of it. Like, for example, if you're a painter and you're a painting...
What my
listen
view?
Listen to me. Yeah, I'll give you an example. Let me explain. If you're a giraffe, okay, and you're painting a picture, imagine the giraffe, his head is on top, and he's painting a picture of a lion. What will that lion look to him like? He's looking at it from top.
So in this case, who is the giraffe? Your prophet is the giraffe, or your God is the giraffe, and Muhammad is the lion? I don't know.
See how your thinking goes when I say...
No, I'm not, because what does have to do with this, my friend? Did Muhammad give like a point of a view which is not real, taking it from Allah, or he gave a point of a view which is real?
He gave a point of view which was real for the people of the 7th century.
So are you
As
saying,
simple as that.
okay, so you are saying the Quran is not match for today, it's a stupid book for today?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying this was for the people of the 7th century.
No
For the
problem.
people now,
Okay. So
the people now
for the
look at it
7th
differently.
century,
Like how you're looking at it differently and finding so much of faults with it.
Okay.
In your point of view, you're not putting it to the 7th century point of view.
okay, let me go with you. Why Muhammad did not say something very smart, and as long he is a prophet and the believers, they believe in him anyway, whatever he say. As an example, your prophet, he says, when you convert to Allah, Allah will give you endless penis. I mean, which one is crazy? Endless penis or the sun? You know, just tell them the sun doesn't go anywhere. So you believe in the endless.
Where did he mention
you
that?
believe.
Where
Listen,
did he mention like that?
Listen.
Endless penis. Where did he mention that?
if I show it to you, what you will do?
Show it to me. Let's see.
Okay, here we go.
I haven't seen that. I haven't heard of that before.
Okay, let us see.
You will show it to me from where? Some other person talking something again, which is going to be again that person trying to explain something in the terms of which people can understand from that time.
So at that time, you tell people that you will have endless penis to explain what?
Where? Show me that first. You're talking about something which you're not showing
before
to me.
I show you, because your game is that this goes for that time. So I'm asking you, when your prophet, he mentioned that you will have an endless penis.
No. That was not what I said. See, you changed.
Okay.
You didn't get what I said.
Tell me again. Tell me again, because maybe I got you wrong. Maybe I got you wrong. Go ahead.
Yes. It was explained in such a way that the people of that time could understand, not for that time. You get it? It was explained in such a way for the people of that time to understand it.
It was a wrong explanation, you mean?
No, it was the right explanation. I gave you the example from the very beginning, CP. I told you a mobile phone example which I gave you. Okay, if you 100 years back you go and you talk about a mobile phone and see, the people will laugh at you, right or wrong? So same way like that.
But
1400 years back, when things were explained to
we are talking about a real object which is known. It's not something. If Muhammad he say, people they will be wondering what is that, right? I mean, Muhammad he is
exactly. Already... Yeah, I'm just giving you an example. CP. You don't have to take it literal.
No problem.
It's just an example.
No problem. So you Muslims, everything Muhammad he says is unseen anyway, and many of it is crazy. Like Sulaiman, he have a flying carpet, and he have a ring, and he have he died standing and almost for a year, and nobody noticed because he was holding a stick. How come those things is okay for you? And it's for that time. Is it for that time, or this is stupid story for that time?
I don't know the context of why and what those verses were released for.
What do you mean? What the context? Suddenly now you don't know the context?
Yeah, I don't know why those verses were released and how was the context. I wouldn't be able to understand that because I'm not from that time. I have to be a scholar to go and understand all those things. I'm just trying to explain to you very simple
now we have to be scholars to go and understand what it's mean, right?
That's your view of it again.
My friend, it is, but now we are reading from the scholars. You see? Okay, can you tell me one of the scholars?
Again,
can you tell me the scholar who did not agree with this?
Okay, you're talking about scholars from which time? From current time or from that time?
But I thought the
which
scholars
are you talking about?
I thought the scholars who will understand it is only the scholars from that time.
Yes, but scholars from that time explain things for people of that time to understand it as per what they knew at that time. Do you understand that?
The point of the scholars at that time explain what it's meant at that time, if it is the same what it says at that time, so nothing changed. There's no explanation. I mean, why?
No, you go to the modern scholars.
Why even this one need explanation? I mean, how clear it is.
You go to the modern scholars in that case.
Where the sun goes under the throne of Allah. Let me ask you: is the throne of Allah have a size?
That's an image which you have to understand. Look at that image.
Do the throne of Allah.
Look at that image.
Is the throne of Allah is something physical?
Yeah, I understand that. You've been repeating this from the beginning.
Let us go to your understanding today.
You've been repeating this from the beginning. I heard you.
I will go with you.
I heard you from the beginning about this.
Okay.
That image of the throne and the sun going up and down and under or whatever, that is an image which the people from the 7th century could understand as per that explanation. But when you explain it in today's terms, we have gone much more advanced in the world. So our knowledge, our technology has gone much more advanced. So for us, it looks funny.
You are saying Allah at the 7th century, he gave us wrong information and purpose because at that time we were stupid.
Who was explaining it at that time? The scholars. We're talking about the scholars, remember. We're not talking about God. We're talking about the scholars.
No, Allah is the one who explained it, not the scholars. The scholars, they just tell the naive like you what it's meant. That's all.
Yeah. even if it's God explaining it, then God is using the words which the people will understand from that time. 1400 years back.
No problem. I will go with you. So Allah, He used words so we can understand at that time, but the word He used, it became a cartoon. It's stupid. So what the benefit of this? Now
that's your view.
Anyone
that's
who
your
believe,
view.
No, this is not my view.
That's only your view. Nobody else's view.
Anyone who believe in this now, he think the son really goes and prostrate in the throne of Allah and ask for permission. And one day, and remember, this is something will happen in the future, in the day of judgment. The son will ask for permission to come back, and then Allah will not order it, will not allow it to go back and rise from the east. He will order to go and rise from the west. How do you explain that?
You think God can't do that? You think God can't do that?
See, you are contradicting yourself. So now you are saying. So now you are saying this is true.
I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's false. I'm not saying anything. I'm only trying to explain.
Do you think God cannot do that?
Yes, you think God cannot do that?
Yeah, but this is true. This is what happened.
Yes or no?
Yeah, but this is.
You have to answer yes or no first before you say if it's true or not.
But this is mean.
You have to answer yes or no.
This is.
Did you answer yes or
No,
no?
no. Your God cannot do that. I told you many times. Secondly, how you can do something? It's not right. God is not a fairy tale story. He will say, okay, and now I will order you to go back rise from the west. That is stupid, because this is not true. This is not what's happening. This is not what reality is. So the story here presents for us that you have a God. He is a cartoonist and he is a fool. And you are saying to me that we Muslim at that time in the 7th century, we were a bunch of fools. So Allah decided to fool us by giving us false explanation. Have nothing to do with reality.
This is not what I'm saying. You are twisting the things again now.
Okay, tell me now, what the purpose of this story? What the purpose of Allah telling us wrong information? If He keep His mouth shut, it's better then.
No, it's the people of that time. They should understand what is the power of Allah.
They did not understand.
They have to know what is the
nothing.
power.
They understand. They understand. But now they got a fiction. They did not get the understanding.
If they didn't understand, why are they the second biggest religion in the world? If they didn't understand, as per
Islam
you.
is the biggest religion in
the
the world.
Buddhism or the Jainism or whichever the religion has to be.
Islam now is the biggest religion in the world.
Second biggest.
Second biggest. So that means you are wrong then again. I mean, even your logic is stupid, because if it is how big it is, we are bigger. So you are now wrong based on your logic. Come on, don't use that. Who care about how many people they are? Even if they are one Muslim, if Islam is a true religion, it's a true religion. If there's a billion, who care? So I'm asking you now, when Allah, He used such a logic, and this logic misled the people, because now He misled them. He did lie to them. The sun goes nowhere. What about Muhammad being smart and says, you know what, the sun goes nowhere? It is the earth is going around.
You're saying mislead, and then you're agreeing with me. It's the second biggest religion in the world. Make up your mind, CP.
No, I am not agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with your logic. It's a stupid logic, because you're trying to
prove
to me.
Right?
You are trying to prove to me that you are trying to prove to me that you are right, because you are the second religion in the world. But this won't prove you right, because that prove you wrong actually. Because if the bigger one is the right one, that means we are the right and they are wrong. In Islamic Christianity, they oppose each other. So if it's about who is the big, we are the biggest.
Bigger doesn't decide.
Who care? Come on, speak to me as an adult.
Bigger doesn't decide the truth.
Listen. Okay, so size.
Bigger doesn't decide the truth.
Okay, no
bigger
problem. That's
doesn't decide the truth.
Okay, that's
the
good.
Truth is
that's
the truth.
Good. That's good. What is the truth here? Tell me the truth.
The truth, there's only one God, simple.
This is not
and everybody, whoever it is, whether he's Muslim or Christian or Jainism or whatever, he has to come back to the one God. Where will you go when you die, CP? Where will you go?
My friend.
Where will you go when you die?
You
go back to God, right? You go back to your Creator.
Don't give me about literature. If I tell you about death now, you will die laughing. Your prophet, he said that when you die, there is somebody will go, there's 99 dragons will go inside your anus. You want to show me? Show you?
Yeah, all this, I've heard all this.
Okay, so your prophet obviously,
that is all fine.
So your
okay,
prophet,
but you're missing the main point.
You're
missing the main point.
Is it scaring you? Is it scaring you?
You're going away from the main point.
What main
point? Come back to zero.
Allah.
Come back to zero. Your terms, come back to zero.
Let us go back to zero. I will go back to zero. What is
I'm telling you
what
that
is the purpose?
the things explain...
What is the purpose of Muhammad lie here? He is lying, obviously. This is false.
The purpose of explaining things in words which the people from the 7th century would understand
the explanation
doesn't make sense to you now.
The explanation is false.
But it makes sense to the people at the 7th century.
Doesn't matter, it makes sense to who. It's false. What about he gave the right explanation?
God.
A prophet of God, my friend.
Okay, anyway,
a prophet of God. A prophet of God. Do he care really? Do he care really? People, what people will say. You're a prophet.
Have a nice day, CP. Carry on. Have a nice day. You will not understand what I'm saying.
No,
Thank you very much.
no problem. But you are smart and you're a prophet for sure. Your prophet was accused to be.
I'll continue listening to your show, so I'm here only.
No problem. You are welcome, my friend. You are welcome. No problem.
We'll talk again later.
No problem. No problem.
Bye-bye.
Okay. So the excuse now, yeah, we agree that Muhammad, he is making poo-poo, but you know what? He don't mean to. He was just speaking to people at that time. People at that time, they are stupid, so he have to be stupid like them. You're a prophet. Many times in the Quran, more than 6 times, he was accused that he is a crazy man. Now, accusing him to be crazy doesn't make him crazy, unless he is. You mentioned to me the cell phone, right? But already they are accusing him to be crazy. So which one is better, accusing me crazy and say the truth, or accusing me crazy anyway, and I say that a lie? If Muhammad, he said the sun goes nowhere, etc., you Muslim today will say absolutely, and this is what you do today. You say there is a scientific discovery in the Quran. How come Allah was here stupid in different places? There's a scientific discovery. You see the hypocrisy? Was it that time, 7th century too? All those verses, they are saying to Muhammad, you are crazy. Actually, way more than 6 times. I forgot the number. So the excuse of this guy was speaking to people in the 7th century. That's mean his God was 7th century too. And this is what we say, that Muhammadan, they try their best to duct tape their prophet. They are out of duct tape. If the excuse is, if Muhammad, he said to them how the sun really, what happened to the sun in reality, or like based on science, then people will go crazy. What isn't this is more crazy? I mean, what's the point? Saying that the sun go under the throne. How come this one you believe it, but you will not believe that the sun is not going anywhere? It's the earth going around itself. That would be amazing to say. So what you are trying to say to me, that your God Allah, he decided to say lies and fictions and stupid stuff, just because at that time they won't understand anyway. But endless penis is understood. Women, her ass is 1 mile is understood. You will receive women in heaven, they have a big boobs is understood. Nobody question. Your orgasm is 70 years is understood. 70 years orgasm. I mean, why? So I go to visit you today. I hear you, having orgasm. I come a year after, still having orgasm. You can't open the door. I come 10 years after, still you are having orgasm. 50 years after, so you are having orgasm. So this is acceptable, and this is the one he cannot say the truth because the people cannot comprehend. You can comprehend the 70 years orgasm. I mean, where you will get all this sperm from? Are you connected to a pipe or something? I forgot. In the heaven of Allah, there is no sperm. So what's the point of this orgasm? The Muhammadan, when they want, they are logical people, they are people of science. And even they speak about the Big Bang. And then we go in the Quran, we will find that the Big Bang there is a big joke. What kind of religion this religion is? Why a human being is so silly and so stupid? And now we have to duct tape this false prophet in order to keep people, in their faith. Suddenly now it's not real. Suddenly it was for that century. I mean, every one of them, he give you his own duct tape. And then they wonder how in the world people are leaving Islam. I mean, this is the most stupid cult religion ever. And actually here, the beginning of a creation, I mean, look, Muhammad, this is a pure science, the beginning of a creation. Look at this. All of this, according to our friend here, Muhammad was saying stupid things because at that time they were stupid. Actually, the more Muhammad he speak, the more he make poo-poo. I mean, just think about anything the guy he said. Just use your brain for a second. The problem with the Muhammadan, because they worship this man, and nobody dare actually not to worship him. They will kill you right away.
Thanks guys for watching. That was the end of the debate. I really think you have saw how there is nothing you can show to Muslim to prove to him that Islam is false. Whenever you can show him or her, he will always say it means this and that. Back in the time, people thought we interpret this like this. Our scholars says this and that. when Muhammad said this, he meant this. It doesn't matter what you can show him or her, they would always reject. For instance, this example of how Muhammad said that the son prostrate under the throne of Allah is it clear. It says, this one is in Sahih al-Bukhari. It says, narrated Abu Dar, once I was with the Prophet in the mosque at the time of sunset. The Prophet said, "O Abu Dar, do you know where the sun set?" I replied, "Allah and his apostle know best." He said, "It goes and prostrate underneath throne, and that is Allah's statement. And the sun runs on its fixed course for a term, and that is the decree of Almighty, the All-Knowing." That is in chapter 36, verse 38 in the Quran. So Muhammad, he said, as you can see, that the sun it prostrate, it goes and prostrate underneath the throne of Allah. And you can see, according to this hadith, it is the Muhammad. It's Muhammad who asked Abu Dar. It is not even this Abu Dar who wanted to know, like who asked first Muhammad where the sun set. He said that it goes and prostrate underneath of throne of Allah. And we know, we know that the sun does not go and prostrate anywhere. We know that the sun is in the center of our solar system. The planets, they move around the sun, and the sun also move around the center of our galaxy, the Milky Way galaxy. There is a supermassive black hole in the center of our galaxy, and according to scientists, they say the gravity is that the things with the mass, they bend the space-time, and then the planets follow the curvature of the curvature of the space-time. So they say that the sun move around the center of our Milky Way galaxy because of the supermassive black hole in the center. And one complete revolution is called a galactic year. And according to what we know so far, we don't see the sun going and prostrate underneath anything. We haven't saw any throne in our Milky Way galaxy where the sun goes and prostrate. And we know how we see the sun be set and rise. We know exactly how that happened because we have these scientists and the satellites which shows that the Earth is round, is a globe, and the sun is there in the center of our solar system. So our Earth just move around its own axis, and that's how we get a day and a night. That's how we can see sun rise and set. It's not as if sun is setting somewhere. It's just that our Earth is a globe, and it's moving around, it's rotating, it's spinning around its own axis, and that's how we get a day, and that's how we get a night. So this Muslim, he was saying that back in the time, people understood this. They didn't have any problem with this, that the sun goes and prostrate underneath the throne of Allah. They understand it. But he was like, but for us in 21st century, we can't understand it. So just because back in this time of Muhammad, these people, they understand what he was saying, that doesn't mean that they were right. They were wrong. And this Muhammad who said this, he was also wrong. It doesn't matter if they understood or they didn't, they were wrong. The same way people back in the time thought, they used to believe that the sun moved around the earth. So just because they could understand that doesn't mean that they were right. So just because people can understand something and think that it's true, that doesn't conclude that they are correct. So this Muslim will try maybe to defend Muhammad, saying in that time people didn't have any problem with it, they could understand it, but that doesn't change the fact that they were wrong. And these Muslims today, you guys know how they like to say there is these scientific miracles in the Quran, and that is one of the miracles of Muhammad. That's one of the proof that Muhammad is a prophet, because he lived in the 7th century where there were no scientist institutions, there was no scientist institution, no laboratories, no telescopes, no you guys know there is no researchers, there was no science, therefore he received this accurate information, which are scientific accurate, and that is a proof that he received this information from true God. But when we go to see those scientific claims, that, as they like to say, we find none. This is one of them. The sun doesn't prostrate anywhere. The sun doesn't set in a spring of muddy water, as Muhammad he said in another hadith. This one is in Sunan Abi Dawud 40:02. He says, I was sitting behind the Messenger of Allah, who was riding a donkey. While the sun was setting, he asked, do you know where this set? I replied, Allah and his apostle know best. He said, it set in a spring of warm water. So we know that this is false. And also, you guys know, the Quran says this too. It says that Zukhruf 9 in chapter 18 verse 86, that Zukhruf 9, he reached the setting of the sun, and he found it setting in a spring of muddy water, in murky spring. And he also found people there. So Muhammad also said the same, as you can see in this hadith, that the sun set in the spring of warm water. So Muslim, to fix the issue, you already know, guys, how they say that Zukhruf 9 found it as if. So it's not that it was really setting in the spring of it was setting in warm water. It was as if, like when you look at the horizon when the sun is setting, and you look at the horizon of the ocean, you may see the sun look as if it's setting in water. So if that's the case, then Quran should have said that it's as if, but it doesn't say as if. But for them, they mistranslate the verse and saying he found it as if, even though it doesn't say that. He says he found it. It doesn't say he saw it. It doesn't say he thought. It says he found it. And he also found people near it. And we know the sun does not set in a spring of warm water. That's false. As I said, the sun is in the universe, is in a space, in the fabric of space-time. It's not setting in a spring of muddy water, and it doesn't set. And it's also, you guys know, it's impossible for a human being to be near the earth. For instance, you guys know how the scientists like to say that if the earth were in a place of the Venus, life on earth would not exist, because the temperature would rise and it would be very hard to find liquid water. The water would evaporate, the temperature would rise, and the earth will be a desert. So it would be really hard it will be impossible for the life to exist. So they say that this distance, this place where the earth is relative to the sun, is good, is habitat zone where it's possible for the water to be liquid. If the earth were too far away, the water would be ice, would freeze. If it were too close, it would evaporate. So you already know this, guys. Where the earth is in good places, in habitat zone, where we can find liquid water. So we know people can never be near the sun. The temperature is too high. But according to Quran, Zukur 9 found the setting place of the sun. He found it setting in spring of muddy water, and he found it people near it. And somehow this may look like a contradiction. If Muhammad said the sun set in spring of warm water, but at the same time it prostrate underneath the throne of Allah. I don't understand it. Maybe underneath the throne of Allah there is a spring of muddy water where the sun set. I just don't know, but whatever it is, it's false. So you guys let me know what you think about this Muslim who were trying to say back in the time they understand it, but we don't. There is this debate of God logic and Muslim. God logic, he showed the Muslim that according to Quran the sun set in spring of muddy water, and he said it's not the Quran which is false, it's not the Quran which is wrong, it's science which is wrong. And for God logic to make it clear, he said, so you're saying we are wrong right now to think the sun does not set in a spring of muddy water, so we are wrong. Science is right. Maybe later in the future they will find that the sun really set in a spring of muddy water. Yet he said yes, and he said it's not the Quran which is false, it's not the Quran which is wrong to think that the sun set in a spring of water, in a spring of muddy water. It's the science which is wrong. So I don't really think there is any way you can debate with someone who thinks something like that. It's like trying to debate with these people who think the earth is flat. I don't think there's anything you can show them to prove that the earth is a globe. They may say it's AI, it's false, that's what they made up to lie to you, whatever. I don't really think there is nothing wrong you can do to prove to someone who think that the sun set in a spring of muddy water is to think like that. There's nothing wrong with it. So you let me know, guys, what do you think in the comment section. Please subscribe if you haven't. Like, share this video, whatever you want. Check in the description official YouTube channels of CP himself there. Yeah, so take care, guys, and God bless you all.